Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Ark. In this video, folks, I'm going to be showing you how to tame a wyvern. So if you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description as well as in a pinned comment. Now, of course, there are several videos out there showing you how to do this, but what I'm going to be doing is I am going to show you how to tame wyverns from your very first wyvern all the way to the high-leveled wyverns. For this, I am not going to be wearing anything. I'm not going to be using a griffin. I'm not going to be using an argent, and I'm not going to use a tapahara or anything. I'm just going to go with the Pteranodon. Now, this is the lowest level flyer in the game, and you do need a flyer so you can get out of the wyvern trenches. And obviously you will need several pteranodons and preferably saddles. You will want a pteranodon that is of high level, which you will be riding, and of course in that pteranodon you will want to invest only in HP and stamina. Stamina is very important because you will have to fly out once you pick up the egg, as you will aggro pretty much every wyvern within close proximity of the egg. So with that being said and done, this will be my flyer. As you can see, this is what health it has and this is what stamina it has. So you will want I'd say maybe 1200 stamina, and everything else goes into health just in case you get hit. They will do a lot of damage. Also, I recommend you don't take anything with you, and don't be fussy when you pick up the egg. These are the pteranodons that I will have following me, and there is a reason behind this. So obviously, as you can see, they are all random levels. My particular Pteranodon is of level 150 perfect tame. And before we set off, I'm just going to add some more points in their health. That is quite important because these guys will keep the wyverns busy whilst we make a quick getaway with the egg that we have stolen. So that is the sole purpose of these Pteranodons. It's basically, the way it works is that once you have picked up an egg, all the wyverns will aggro on you. You will then pretty much set your pteranodons to attack my target. Once you get hit, the pteranodons will attack the wyverns, and the wyverns will re-aggro to the pteranodons, giving you enough time to get away. So here I have 8. You can have more, but I think 8 is sufficient. You do want to have them somewhere around between level 75 upwards when you have tamed them. So I'm at the Wyvern Trench. I am on the Ragnarok map. I have scouted out the area, found a nest. I don't know exactly what is in that nest. So obviously this will be my first wyvern. As a result, I'm not going to be fussy because I want to get the egg and hatch it, then use this wyvern to get more eggs. So as you can see, you want your pteranodons to follow you. You want to make sure that they are set to attack my target. We have already aggroed a wyvern. Do not panic whatsoever. Let's go and pick up this egg, then make a quick getaway with it. As I do, I will put my pteranodons to attack my target and let them deal with the problems. As you can see, I've already lost a few pteranodons, but that's alright. Also very important is try and use whatever you can in terms of terrain to create a barrier between you and your followers. So you will have several wyverns possibly following you. Those will be the ones that are further away from the moment that you have picked up the eggs, because obviously once you pick up the egg, the closest ones will attack you. They will overpower your pteranodon that does not have a lot of HP, so it will take a lot of damage, and you do want to set your pteranodons to protect you and keep the wyverns busy, but that does only work for the ones close to you. So as you can see, there were a handful there that were following me. Now do bear in mind that on my server I do have the spawn rates for the creatures increased, and they are double to what you would have on an official server. Also, you do want to do the spin attack with the Pteranodon from time to time just to keep ahead of the pack of wyverns that are following you and want to kill you. So as you can see, I'm quite safe. I'm not even using any gear. I've got several death messages. Now obviously the Pteranodons do fly quite fast and are quite maneuverable, so they can avoid certain hits from the wyverns, but they will die out eventually. Now, as you can see, I have lost my followers, and let's see what I got. I did not even look at the level of the egg. We'll go with this, whatever level it is. I will show you how to raise it as well as how to use it to get better eggs. Okay, well, it's not really a good egg, but nonetheless, I can work with this. And it's, of course, nonetheless a starting point, which I will use and raise, and then with that wyvern, I shall get more eggs. Now, let's talk about what you need to do with regards to raising your wyverns. They will not eat meat. They do want the wyvern milk. In order to do that, you will need to kite a female wyvern, knock her out, and then take the milk off of her. I do bear in mind that the wyvern's torpor does go down quite quick, so you want to get out of there quickly. So that is option number one. You also want to be quite close to your base, or have some form of means to get into your base really quickly, or have a temporary base next to a wyvern trench where you will raise your wyverns. The other option is you will want to find and kill a alpha wyvern. Do bear in mind these things are quite powerful, and you'll know it's an alpha wyvern because it will have that glowy aura, and they do have a lot of HP and do a lot of damage. So it is more of an advanced technique. However, by killing it, you will have 50 milk in its inventory, or you will find 50 milk in its inventory. So obviously, in order to do this, you can do this with a trap. Bear in mind, you will need to craft a metal trap for the alpha wyverns, as it can damage stone. And once you've killed it, even after you've harvested it, you will see that it will drop a bag. In that bag, you will find 50 milk, and it does not matter what gender the alpha wyvern is. With regards to knocking out a female wyvern, the best way of doing that is setting up a trap, kiting it in the trap with a Pteranodon or an Argent, and then knocking it out whilst it's stuck in the trap. For that, I do have a simple trap on this channel, and it is very effective and simple to build. So I will link that video both in a little annotation at the top or something of the sorts, as well as at the end of this video. So go and check it out. It is simple to build. It does not require a lot of stuff. So as you can see, I have harvested the alpha wyvern. There's nothing in my inventory. However, if you look next to me, there's a bag. If I access it, there is 50 wyvern milk in the inventory. I'll quickly pick everything up and then make my way back to my base, and I'm going to show you how to raise the wyverns that you will be hatching. Alright, here we are at my base. So I have the egg that I have picked up. Now this is my incubation room. This is my particular design. You can do it however way you want it. You can use, of course, fires and torches to incubate the egg. I prefer the air cons, but that is something that you will unlock later on in the game. So let's have a look underneath this platform. As you can see, I have set up a ton of air cons. Technically, you only need, I think, around 13, 14 air cons. You should set them in a U shape so that they all affect the egg, and you want to drop the egg in the center. Now the reason I do it this way is because I do hatch loads of creatures and dinos in this game, and when you do that, they do tend to get stuck in the air cons. So obviously, by setting up a platform on top of the air cons and a ramp for them to get down off the platform, it just makes life that much more easier. With a lot of patience, you will eventually get to the point where the egg will hatch, and out of that egg you will get either one wyvern, or on the very rare occasions you will get twins, possibly even triplets. Once the wyverns have hatched out of the eggs, you will want to interact with them. You have to be mighty quick, as they do tend to wander. Once you have interacted with them and claimed them, you will then want to go into the radial action wheel, and in behavior you'll want to disable wandering. Also, you will want to go back into behavior and then look for the following distance and set it to low, especially when it is little, as you will have to move it off of the platform where you hatched it. It will occasionally want to go for a walk as a form of imprinting, and I do suggest that you imprint on your wyverns, as it does increase the stats such as health and stamina, which are massively important. Now obviously this is a very low level wyvern. It's pretty much cannon fodder, and I will just use it to get more eggs. So move it away from the place where you hatched it, as it will grow, and then life will become complicated if it's stuck in there. Once your wyvern is fully grown up, you will want to put some levels on it. I suggest ignoring all other stats and focusing solely on stamina and health. Health because you will upset a lot of wyverns when you pick up the egg, and so it will need to take some damage or soak up some damage. And stamina because you will need to fly away quite far once you have picked up the egg that you want. The wyverns will tend to follow you further when they've aggroed because you picked up an egg, so do bear that in mind, and so therefore stamina will be quite important. At this point you can be somewhat picky. Now obviously my wyvern is quite low level. I would have preferred a level 50 wyvern or above if possible, but I got what I could. So let's have a look for another egg. At this point it's up to you really how you want to go about getting the next egg. You can either get a higher level egg or look for really high level eggs. However, do bear in mind, as you can see, just one lightning wyvern does a lot of damage to me. With regards to getting away with the egg that you have stolen, once you have aggroed all of the wyverns, what you will want to do is sprint, fly away in a straight line so that you slowly lose your wyverns that are following you. So that is one way of doing it. If there are too many wyverns around the egg that you want to get, what you can do is you can land your wyvern and then dismount it and use a weapon such as a long neck rifle to kite one or two wyverns away, then come back and do that again until there aren't very many wyverns around the egg that you want to get. Now do bear in mind, this is your first wyvern that you will be using, and as a result it will not have a lot of HP. Once you pick up the egg, you will have a lot of wyverns on you, and so they will make short work of your own wyvern. So do bear that in mind. Once you have the second egg with a high level, you can then raise it just as before. I do recommend imprinting on them as much as you can, and especially with the high level wyverns. Also, with regards to checking the levels of the wyverns, you do not have to dismount them. You can land on top of the nest and then put the wyvern's egg basically below your character or below the area of the wyvern where your character is mounted. You can then look down and you will see the level of the egg. So this is what I'm going to show you now. I suggest doing this whilst facing outwards where the nest is, just in case trouble comes up. You do want to be able to fly off as quick as possible. So as you can see, I saw the level of it. If I want it, I can get it. If not, I can go and look for another one. This is the second egg that I got using the first wyvern that I obtained in this video. As you can see, it is level 170. Going back to the alpha wyvern and killing it for the milk. I do suggest that you do that, especially with regards to imprinting. What you'll want to do is you'll want to use a fire wyvern, as it is immune to the fire breath. The same thing applies to all of the wyverns, so that will mean that a tamed lightning wyvern will be immune to the special attacks of a wild lightning wyvern, and the same thing applies to the poison wyverns. However, do bear in mind that with the poison wyverns, they can kill the player that is mounted on a wyvern if the player is in the poison cloud. So this is the wyvern that you saw me hatch earlier on in the video. These are the stats it came out with. As you can see, I did not imprint on it. However, it is best that you imprint on it for the added bonuses to the stats. With that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.